the Sky News Weather Centre. This is the 10-minute briefing.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here at Sky News Weather and welcome to your 10-minute briefing. I'm Rachel Rays. This is our meteorologist, Rob Sharp.
Today we're focused right in on the west where we've got some pretty wild weather on the way. But first of all, we've got a pretty foggy morning this morning in Adelaide.
Very foggy start in Adelaide. In fact, a number of flights have been delayed, reported to be delayed, and also one flight has been cancelled. So do take care if you are heading to the airport. You do have a flight.
Could be cancelled this morning. In fact, in the Adelaide area, we do have a fair bit of fog around. It is starting to clear up at the moment, but it is going to be clearing up for most areas by about 10 o'clock, 10:30 this morning. So we've still got another half an hour or an hour for some locations. And you can see here we've got a couple of extra photos for you of what it was looking like in the city this morning. And also, just in the Adelaide Hills and around some of the winery regions, we've seen a lot of fog in quite a few areas through South Australia this morning.
Now at Adelaide, the fog, the visibility did get as low as 150 metres, but it has lifted just slightly, but still very foggy, Rob, this morning.
Yeah, it is remaining pretty foggy across the Adelaide airport right now. I just had a look at the live camera at the airport and, yep, still in fog.
Yeah, do make sure you do check if you do have any flights planned. All right, let's head now to the west. This is where, as we progress towards later on in the day, we'll see some very wild weather. But until then, we have seen very dry conditions for inland areas. Much needed rain, Rob Sharp.
Yeah, so Karratha and Exmouth have seen extremely dry conditions. In fact, right across the northwest, the cattle regions through there have experienced a very dry autumn, as you can see through the northwest, particularly around the coastal areas and down the coast as far south as about Geraldton. We've seen pretty dry conditions over the last year. And so you can see some of the statistics here. Karratha, 83 millimetres, that's just 28% of the average for the last 12 months of 300 millimetres. Exmouth, 56 millimetres, just 19% of the usual rainfall, while Geraldton about half the usual rain. But further south, Perth and Margaret River have both collected close on their typical amount of rainfall for the past 12 months.
So it looks like the southwest have collected more rain than many other regions of Western Australia.
Yeah, it does look like that, but it is still a little bit below average in some areas on that southern coastline. So in the south coastal and southeast coastal, it has remained pretty dry as well. So it's not all good news across the southwest, but we are anticipating a fair bit of rain, particularly up around that northwest region.
Which is great news. There is a severe weather warning in place, however. It's good news we are going to see some heavy rainfall for some areas. With it, unfortunately, does come the risk of damaging winds with gusts up to 100 kilometres per hour possible. That yellow area was the warning area. There's that trough right there. You can see it just at the top left of the screen, that white dotted line. That is what's bringing some of the weather today, and then into tomorrow we'll see that cold front bringing some more wet weather, Rob.
Yeah, so when the cold front moves through, that's when we're going to have the strongest winds across the southwest. So severe weather warning is likely to be issued to include the Perth area tomorrow. But you can see the really heavy falls up in the Pilbara continuing on Wednesday, and you can see widespread through the Pilbara and the Gascoyne. We're going to see heavy falls. Quite a few areas are going to see more than 50 millimetres. That's that one of those dark shadings there, but a few pinpoints there have red shading. That's indicating likely falls above 150 millimetres. So this is some really heavy rain, and to compare it back to what we were looking at before, some of those areas have only seen 50, 80 millimetres in the past 12 months. They could see more than that in just this one weather event.
Which is great news. We really do need rain right across Australia. Now, Rob, any of that rain, will any of it come with storms?
Yeah, we will see quite a few thunderstorms as well mixed into this across the northwest. It will also spread down into the south of Western Australia as well. But so with thunderstorms, we could see some isolated heavier falls, but some places will be missing out and won't be seeing nearly as much in the way of heavy rain as we'll see in the northwest.
What about the temperature? Hot, cold? Is it going to be cooling down with these systems?
So it's fairly warm at the moment right across the northwest, and with that we've actually got severe fire danger warning for today, and that includes the Exmouth Gulf Coast right up in the northwest there and all the way across to Karratha in the West Pilbara coast. So shaded in orange we have severe fire danger today, and in yellow we have very high fire danger. And into tomorrow we have the very high fire danger spreading a little bit further south, so the heat's going to be dragged further south. The winds will be whipped up And that really dry region in the far south of Western Australia is looking to have severe fire danger tomorrow as those warm, dry, gusty northerlies spread all the way down to the coast.
All right, let's head to the other side of Australia in the east now. Now, we've seen quite a few showers in the east as a result of a low pressure system. Now, these are some showers we've seen in the very early hours of this morning. In the 24 hours to 9 a.m, Newcastle picked up, was it around 8 millimetres, Rob?
Yeah.
Nelson Bay picked up 56 millimetres of rainfall, which was one of the higher totals there. What are we going to expect with this rain?
Yeah, so showers today, once again, focused up through the Hunter, but in the Sydney area, we are expecting showers to develop into this afternoon, more likely this evening, though, and it's going to be that coastal fringe. Tomorrow, though, we're looking at showers spreading right along that New South Wales coastline, and they'll spread a little bit further inland tomorrow. We've got an upper trough enhancing showers, and winds will be a little bit more southeasterly, as you can see there, and that's going to help those showers not just impact the coast, but also the adjacent inland areas.
All right, we're going to take a very short break now, but after the break, do stick with us because that low pressure system that was causing, and still is causing those showers for the New South Wales coastline is going to drift to our near neighbours, New Zealand, and cause some weather over there.
The big name actors. The box office busting productions. See them all at the award ceremony honouring theatre's towering talents.
Now that's a party.
Will this year's Tonys go to lavish film and TV spin-offs, or will revivals rule the day?
I'm totally tense.
Live from the iconic Radio City Music Hall, the Tony Awards, Monday, June 11 from 10 a.m.
Interesting. June 11. Because 11's the age of Jake, the boy who I talk about in quite a few of my videos, Jake Wetling. And I wonder, is something going to happen with the weather on the 11th of June? Monday the 11th of June. Manic Monday. Well, I'll tell you something interesting. Because Jake was 11, and Wetling, Jake's surname is Wetling, means weather child. And the other boy I talk about quite a lot in my videos is Nathan Breeze. And Nathan's surname, Breeze, obviously has a connection to weather. But so does Jake's birthday, because... not his birthday. Well, actually, Jake's birthday did have a connection to weather too. But his surname. Jake's surname has a connection to the weather, because Wetling is a German surname, and it means weather child. Now, the boy who drew this for me is actually from Indonesia, and his name is Samuel. And he became quite fascinated recently with the Titanic, and there's a photo, a drawing, I should say, that he did of the Titanic. And a face. And another face. I like my America lad, load, I'm not sure what the last word is. But weird. And yeah, I can read all the others. And his face. But the Titanic. Nathan says that something is going to happen on Sunday the 24th of June. So that's Nathan Breeze, the 13-year-old boy. So something's going to happen on Sunday the 24th of June, and that is Samuel's birthday. Samuel's turning 9 on Sunday 24th of June. Now Jake, as in Jake Wetling, he says something is going to happen. Hello, this is me, friend. And Jake says something's going to happen on Saturday, the 16th of June. It's kind of interesting because Nathan died on a Saturday, and Jake is saying something's going to happen on Saturday, the 16th of June. Nathan is saying something's going to happen on Sunday, the 24th of June, which is the birthday of the boy who drew these pictures for me. Well, I asked him to draw the Titanic, and he did draw the Titanic, but then he drew all these other pictures for me as well. And he kind of tapped into something kind of interesting, because I used to watch a TV show back in the 90s called E Street, and it had a character in it called Stephen, and Stephen used to paint his face half black, half silver, and he seemed like a pretty normal, likable kind of guy, but when he went crazy, he painted his face. And he had a dark side, obviously. He ended up killing heaps of people in the show, so yeah, he had a fairly dark side. That was Stephen in E Street, a show that was on back in, I don't know, I was in year 8 or something, 14 or so at the time. So Samuel seemed to tap into something from my past when he drew these pictures, because he said, when he gave me these pictures, he said, "This is the story of your life." Those were his words. Yes, my child. And I remember one day when I was 14 at school, and I snuck up behind a kid and I scared him. And the kid spun around and said, "Oh my God," he said, "I thought you were Stephen." Because obviously he was watching E Street as well. I am your friend. This is for Halloween pranks. Cross circle. Kiss hug. So, yeah, Samuel seemed to tap into something here. And it's kind of interesting because his birthday is on Sunday the 24th of June, and that's in 20 days from now. And Nathan says there's going to be an event, like a sign in nature, on that date. Now there seems to be a connection between Nathan and Samuel that I don't quite fully understand, but there is a connection between them. And 24th of June, well, that is a Sunday. Jake died on a Sunday. 24 is 2/12s. And there's a story. Now the boy Samuel who drew this, he's friends with another boy named Oliver. And Oliver is 9 now. He turned 9 on the 4th of May. And he kept asking me to bring this book. He wanted to see this book that I had mentioned, that I had read. And it was Red Rain by R.L. Stine. It's actually not a book for kids, it's a book for adults. But it features 12-year-old identical twins named Samuel and Daniel. Interestingly enough, there were 2 identical twins standing right next to us that day when Oliver asked me to bring the book for like the 20th time. "Did you bring it? Did you bring Red Rain?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, no, I forgot." And the twins were there, identical twins, same age as Samuel and Oliver. And I thought, this is getting weird. Anyway, Samuel is from Indonesia. He was born in Jakarta, the boy who drew this, who tapped into something. I know he did. And he's connected to Nathan. Nathan died in the Black Saturday bushfires, by the way. And one of the first things Samuel and me ever talked about was the nightmares that Samuel told me he has, or used to have, when he was younger. And one day I was talking about Mount Agung in Bali, and Samuel was wearing a red cap, which is not the school uniform hat, so it really stood out. He was wearing this bright red cap. All the other kids are wearing their uniform hat, which is green. But Samuel's wearing this bright red cap. So I said, "Do you know what a red hat means?" And he goes, "Yeah, a red hat means 666. Which I thought was kind of odd, because Samuel's a Christian boy, and he wasn't to know, but I had been working on that very number, 666, in connection to Mount Agung. And I was going to make a little joke about lava. Like I was going to say, well, if you wear a red hat, it means you're a red, hot lava boy, or something like that. Anyway, he beat me to the punch and said, "Yeah, a red hat means 666. So I was like, that's odd. Anyway, that was on Wednesday, the 13th of December, last year. Now, I've mentioned that Nathan is 13. Well, he was 13 when he died. Nathan's birthday is also on the 24th, same as Samuel, but Nathan's is on the 24th of November. Now 13 times 3 is 39, and in 39 days from today, today's the 4th of June, in 39 days from today, if I've worked it out right, it will be Friday the 13th of July. Friday the 13th. There's a series of movies called that, which kind of, you could also relate to this picture. I've never watched them, by the way, but I know they're out there. And Red Rain by R.L. Stine has 12-year-old identical twins, Daniel and Samuel. 2 12s are 24, which is both Nathan's date of birth, the 24th of November, and Samuel's, the 24th of June. 24, 2 12s. So it's Nathan who's saying Sunday, the 24th of June. Jacob died on a Sunday. And Jacob's saying something's going to happen on Saturday, the 16th of June, like a twin date. And it was Nathan who died on a Saturday. So the angels, well, Daniel and Samuel are angels, but they're not good angels. That's in Red Rain. They're identical twins, islanders actually. They come from an island just off South Carolina, and I don't know the name of the island now, but I do know the name of the hurricane in the story is Ernesto, and the name Ernesto is on the hurricane name list this year for the Atlantic. Now, I don't think Ernesto is going to come along so soon as the 16th of June or the 24th of June, because it's like still 4 storms away. It's only the start of hurricane season. But Red Rain, if you write out Red Rain, the name Red Rain, which is also the name of a song by Peter Gabriel, so you can Google that, watch that if you want. But R.L. Stine will also come up, Red Rain by R.L. Stine, Red Rain by Peter Gabriel. Well, Red Rain, R-E-D-R-A-I-N, those letters, if you add them up according to their places in the alphabet, Red Rain has a value of 69. Now, if Jacob and Nathan have a mirror boy, who is still alive on Earth, and his name is William, and he's turning 16 this year on the 6th of September. So you might think, well, it would make sense something's going to happen on William's birthday, the 6th of September. But I actually don't think there's going to be any big event on William's birthday this year, because there was a big one last year. Hurricane Irma and Jose formed right on his birthday, the 6th. So that's William. But I do think there's going to be events around 16 days either side of William's 16th birthday. So he turns 16 on the 6th of September, which is a Thursday. Now Thursday, Thor's day. In ancient Greek mythology, Thor was the god of lightning and thunder. Pele is the god of air, wind, lightning, and fire in the Hawaiian religion. But if you take the dates 15 or 16 days either side of William's birthday, 6th of the 9th, 6th of September, well, those dates would be Tuesday the 21st of August or Wednesday the 22nd of August. I'm not sure if it's the 21st or the 22nd. And Saturday the 22nd of September, or maybe the 21st of September. 21st of September I think would be the Friday. Anyway, either way, twin dates, 15 or 16 days either side of William's 16th birthday. Twins. 16-year-old twins. Well, the boys in Red Rain, Samuel and Daniel, are 12, but I came up with my own twins from my own imagination, named Jayton and Demas, and they are 16. So I think that makes sense. 16 days either side of William's birthday. The 16-year-old identical twins, Jayton and Demas, a reflection of them. So, I don't know if you know this, but well, Daniel and Samuel in Red Rain, they're like islander boys. They come from they live on an island, They're not like indigenous Islander boys. They are blondies. They're blonde hair, got blonde hair. Nordic features, you might say. But in some indigenous island cultures, identical twins are said in their mythology, in their religion, to be able to control the weather. So Samuel has the same name as one of the identical twins. Samuel's not an identical twin himself. He does have younger brothers, or a younger brother. A couple, I think. Anyway, but the identical twins were there the day that the thing happened with the red hat, which was kind of weird because no sooner had that happened, Elliot and Oliver started talking about Murder 11. Now, I had never told them anything about Jacob Wetterling, and they started talking about Murder 11. And then they also, before they even said that, they mentioned the name Irwin. Now, the name Irwin is Jake's middle name, and it has a value of 69. Now, they were imagining it spelt with an I. Jake's version is with an E. E for Ernesto. Ernesto is the name of the hurricane in Red Rain. So, Nathan says Sunday, 24th of June. Jake says Saturday, 16th of June. 2 dates to watch, 8 days apart. 24, 2 4s are 8. Jake's life path number is 8. Samuel is 8. The twins, I'm not sure if they're still 8, or they might be 9 by now. But Samuel is turning 9 on the 24th of June, a Sunday. So I'm wondering what's going to happen. Is it something to do with Indonesia, because they get earthquakes and volcanoes? They don't get cyclones because they're at the equator. But we're moving into Atlantic hurricane season, but we won't be up to Ernesto that soon. The first one, Alberto, was a weird storm because it maintained tropical characteristics for a long way inland, all the way up to like Indiana. I did know some kids from I knew some kids from Maryland, which is where they had the big flood recently, but their grandmother lived in Indiana. And I'm pretty sure Rob Sharp, who's on the Weather Channel doing this actual briefing now, his wife's parents are from Indiana. Pretty sure they are. Yeah, he did say that the other day. So Samuel's from Indonesia, born in Jakarta, and his birthday's coming up in 20 days on the 24th of June. And yeah, well, if you look real closely at his other picture, very closely, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it says, probably not, but what it says is beer never classified. Beer never classified, but then he dropped it out. Probably because he didn't think he should be drawing beer kegs, but anyway. Yeah, so he's got the same birth date as Nathan, the 24th. Sunday the 24th of June is Samuel's birthday. Then there's another Samuel who is from the same school, and he's part Palestinian. And his birthday's on Sunday. No. Yeah, his birthday's also on Sunday, the 16th of December, 2018. Which is kind of weird because if you take Samuel's name, Samuel, whose birthday's on the 24th of June, Sunday, if you take his full name, add up all the letters in his name, equals 175. And that's actually the number of days between Samuel's birthday and the other Samuel's birthday, who's also turning 9 on Sunday the 16th of December, which is 22 days after Nathan's birthday on the 24th of November, which is a Saturday, and Nathan died on a Saturday. And 22 is the date when Jake died, the 22nd of October, which was a Sunday. So that was 1989. and Nathan died in 2009. So there's some food for thought. And I just noticed 11 is the temperature in Parafield and Port Augusta, down here on the bottom of the screen. And 13 in Strathalbyn, I should say. Anyway, let's keep playing.
On Foxtel Arts or stream on demand.
We're gonna play tonight is so epic. You're not gonna know what's real and what's fake.
Let's go!
Bye. Very well done. Do you want this?
I don't want you to have it, Calamity Jane. It's not a joke. You people are in real danger and you're running out of time.
Is this gun real?
Oh no!
What?
Game Night. Available June 6 in our store.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention. Papandayan is the name of a volcano in Java, Indonesia. And why is that interesting? I forget, but... Oh yeah, Papandayan has twin peaks. That's right. Twin peaks of Papandayan, a volcano in Java, Indonesia. So that could be part of this as well.
Back to your 10-minute briefing. Thanks for your company here on this Monday on Sky News Weather. Look at that surf, Robert. I mean, that is epic. Those... Well, I don't know, I can't judge other surfers, I can't even stand up on a board, but it looks like they're getting absolutely pounded.
We had some really massive waves over the weekend. In fact, off Sydney coast, waves reached as high as 9.98 metres, but many of the experienced surfers trying their luck on the big waves. Some of them came a little bit unstuck there with a few very spectacular wipeouts, I must say.
It is good to watch, isn't it? I do enjoy that. The surf is decreasing though into today. All right, let's head now where I was talking about before the break, that low pressure system that is causing some showers, and we also saw that really big swell that you saw in Newcastle. That's the low pressure system there, that not yellow, not red, the blue L with the circle around it. Now that's moving towards New Zealand and causing some very wet weather. Take a look at what it's been looking like. It has been absolutely pelting down in some areas. We'll get to your forecast in just a short moment. But the Auckland Airport recorded 32 millimetres in 24 hours to 9 a.m. today. And Katikati recorded 145.5 millimetres in 24 hours. It looks like you make sure you're safe on the roads. Some areas have reported some flash flooding, I believe, Rob.
Yeah, we have had some pretty heavy rain right across the North Island of New Zealand, particularly across the far north and into the Bay of Plenty, where Katikati is located. And you can see some of that rain really quite heavy through that region. It is going to be easing up over the next couple of days as that low pressure system weakens and then drifts a little bit further east.
All right, let's head now to the forecast weather that Rob promised you and I promised you across the nation. Let's start at Queensland. Well, Queensland's mostly dry. We do have some showers for the southeast, but we've got showers about eastern parts of New South Wales today. The surf isn't as big. Where is the main area we're going to see these showers, Rob?
Mainly from the Sydney coast through to the Hunter and maybe about Foster in the mid-north coast. In Victoria, a couple of showers in the far south, but it's only going to be light and brief. Chance in Melbourne late this afternoon or this evening, but again, very light and brief showers if they do eventuate. A few showers in the west and south of Tasmania today. Other than that, looks like a generally dry day, just a little bit of cloud to the northeast. And a couple of showers across the far south of South Australia as well. And that fog is starting to clear up a little bit across southern parts of South Australia. It's been fairly widespread today. And we've got rain developing in the west, heaviest around Geraldton today. And we've got that developing in Perth from late afternoon, and across the north, beautiful sunny skies continuing after another chilly start in Alice Springs, dropping down to -1 degree this morning.
It was a very chilly start for the Alice. Thanks so much for joining us here on Sky News Weather. Do stay tuned though, because your capital city forecast right around the country is coming up shortly, and it does include next weekend.